Hey guys, it's HD1 and I'll be telling you why the move from DX9 to 11 and 32-bit to 64-bit is actually a big move for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition that no one is talking about, at least anyone mainstream. So let's jump right into it, but before I start, I'd like to say that I'm not a game dev nor a software engineer. I'm just a guy who likes computer parts, knows about computer parts, and likes to get the most performance out of my hardware, which usually means knowing which API to run my game at. So I'm no expert, and I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong though, but if I am wrong, please tell me why for that. I can correct it. So with that, let's start. The move from DX9 to 11 is actually a move I didn't expect seeing, but I'm very happy to see it. With them moving from DX9 to 11, that would mean that the game will be able to spread data to multiple CPU cores than before. The game will still stress a single core, that's guaranteed, but it will be able to spread the load out more easily and across more cores than DX9 can. Now, if you look at this graph by AMD, this is a comparison between DX11 and 12 core utilization. Since the Mass Effect Legendary Edition does not have a DX12 mode, I won't touch that. But as you can see here, DX11 will still stress a single core like DX9, but it can spread some of the load to other cores and more cores than DX9. This will be most useful since the Legendary Edition will be adding a lot of graphical upgrades that might stress your CPU more. Also, DX11 could also improve GPU efficiency and how, like in that game specifically, and how it handles the load. Because, for example, with the RX 480, if a game has a DX11 and 12 option, this card will perform best in the DX12 option. Now, why is this relevant, you may ask? It's because a lot of the newer cards are better at running newer APIs, since the cards were designed to be more efficient using that newer API. There's a reason why high core count CPUs perform better at DX12 games than 11. It's because DX12 can leverage more cores, and we might even see this here. Even though this is DX11, because even though it's DX11, it will still be able to leverage more cores than DX9 if implemented correctly. Please be implemented correctly, since with them adding all of the graphical upgrades, if the game can spread the data across more than 1 or 2 cores, the performance, in frames per second would be better than if they don't do it. Because DX9, core scalings, mainly it really stresses 1 or 2 cores and doesn't really give that much data to the other cores, while DX11 improves upon that by a bit. Now, with that part done, why is going from 32-bit to 64-bit such a big deal? I'll tell you. It's because the VRAM limitations will be gone. So basically in the original games, in the original Mass Effect games, they were all 32-bit. And since they were all 32-bit, modders have to be careful not to hit the VRAM limit of about 3.5 or 4 gigabytes. I forgot exactly where the limit was, but it was one of those two. If the game hit this limit, it would crash. Now, with Bioware abstraction moving this restriction, it allows them to push the graphics further, which means if you, let's say you max out the game and you're running at 4K, and let's just say the game wants to use about 4 gigabytes of VRAM, because the game might not use that much VRAM at 4K, but I'm just saying, what if? Basically, because of this, the game wouldn't crash. Because, that's the VRAM limit of 32-bit, 4 gigs, about 3.5 to 4 gigs. But that's not the only good thing. Since this restriction is removed, it would allow mod creators to push the limits on their texture or content mods in both VRAM and quality-wise. And for us mod users to install more high-resolution texture packs, better lighting mods, better content mods, etc. from the modders when these things get created. So that's what I think. Them doing these things are a big deal. Please like and subscribe if you like this video, for more videos like this. Please dislike if you don't like it, and tell me why, because If you don't tell me why, I can't improve. But yeah, that's the end.